Hello. Today I'm planning, inshallah, on doing something different. Today we'll speak about how to deal with stress, inshallah. Of course, expect a lot of cuts because I am saying this today without a script. I'm usually a very scripted person. I cannot speak without a script. I cannot speak just like that. So, how to deal with stress? With writing stories. I started writing stories for myself a long time ago to relieve stress. Daily stress, every hour, every minute of stress. So, hi, this is me. You can escape by writing stories. Now, you don't have a right to write a perfect story. Don't put in your mind that you want to publish it or be famous. When you have stress, you have a lot of problems, you have a lot of stuff in your head, and there is no solution. There is no apparent solution. Sometimes you get stuck in an endless loop and there is no solution. If there's a solution, good for you. There's no solution or you cannot think of a solution, sometimes your mind plays trick on you and put you in loops. So we keep thinking about the same things. For example, let's say you first day in the clinic, you did so bad, you couldn't think, you were embarrassed, you treated the patient wrong. You got out, you realize your problem, and you got stuck in a loop. Your mind is not willing to help you on what to do tomorrow, on how to fix this. No. You can only think of one thing, that how bad you are. Your brain got stuck in that loop. Oh, there is a car driving inside this park. What? So the loop is your brain is telling you that, oh, you're bad, you did bad, you're gonna be embarrassed. You try to solve it. Okay, tomorrow will be better, inshallah. Tomorrow I'll do much better. But your brain sometimes just gets stuck in that situation. When that happens, then you can do one of two things. Either you succumb to it, you become very angry and very sad and hate yourself, hate your life, hate medicine, hate everybody, and then go home and cry or get angry at everyone in the street. Or you can stories. You can write stories in your head. Write a story inside your head. You imagine a story. Whoa, very windy here. Just get out of the situation that you are in. Just think of any last good thing that happened to you. Think of the last moment, last movie you watched, last TV show you watched, last video game. Imagine the character and just start a story in your head. Just imagine the whole thing. Imagine yourself walking in that place, a different place. Don't make story about yourself. Don't make stories about your trouble. Just make something completely different, completely out of your mind. Something in space, something in the desert, something in the woods. Oh, nice bridge. Even if you remember the last thing somebody told you, if you sat with someone at some point and he told you, for example, say a war story, he told you a special situation that happened to him. It was funny, it was heroic, it was unique, and this person, and you imagine the story very well. Sometimes you do that. Well, I do that. When somebody tells me a very nice story, I imagine it, and it gets stuck in your head. Use that. Use any memories, use any images you have already in your head. Just put them together and make a story that you can see clearly. Don't put yourself in it. The hero is not you. The hero is completely not you. He's the opposite of you. He's thin, he's tall, he's beautiful, he's rich. I'm not talking about myself here, but I'm just saying. He's happy. That's the most important thing. The character is a happy person with a happy life who did not go the same stress you just went through. And it does not have to be realistic. I say again this for the 100th time. The story is, finally, no matter how silly, how weird, how unreal, it is okay. The story is for you. It's not about you, it's for you, and it's not for the people to read. Write the story inside your head. Imagine it. First part is imagine the story. This is what I used to do. I used to have very nice long stories. I had a lot of stress. I still have a lot of. Well, no, alhamdulillah, I'm much better now. I had a lot of stress back in med school, so I had to imagine a lot of stories Not therapeutical, it was more like a habit. It was helpful. So I made stories about the places I went, the things I saw, the travels. Even I was traveling to the same place, seeing the same people, but I made from that new characters, new places. The airplanes became spaceships. The big cities, big beautiful cities with long buildings became space stations and some other places. Ah, yeah, I love space. So like, just get the idea, you know. Just, it's your life, but it's not your life, or it could be someone else's life. Imagine the story inside your head. Imagine it very clearly and keep it in your head. You know, if you can't write the points, just write the points for you. If you think it's gonna slip away, as happened to me, because I did not write, I had the story in my head. No, actually, I had the story in my head for 8 years or more, and it never slipped away. Some small details slipped away, but kept always adding to the story. The more events happen in my life, and the more I add scenes from my life to the story and make it more fictional and more enjoyable. So every time I'm in stress, I'm riding a long trip on a plane, long trip on a car, and to a place that I don't like going to, or waiting, for example, for the dentist, long trips that I'm not happy about, waiting for things that I don't want to wait for, and there's nothing else to do. Just I add to my story. I add events, I add characters, I add things, you know, until the story became very long, very beautiful. And it spans many years, and it has many of my good friends as other people, of course, with other names, but they look similar. People who I liked, you know, all in the stories. It's because it's easier for me to remember, to put them in situations, to give them heroic or evil acts, and it stick with you. The point is, I made a very long story. It was very nice. I did not write it, and it's slipping from my mind, even though I keep adding to it. So later on, I started writing my stories, and when I wrote my stories, they became beautiful. They became beautiful for me, and I spit it all over the screen. The stories became beautiful for me. They're not. The grammar is not good. The spelling, the spelling was bad. The storytelling itself is not that good. But as I wrote, I improved a lot of things. Alhamdulillah. The stories became well, readable, at least for me. And I found myself going back and reading them. The ones I wrote, I go back, I read them, I fix them, I read them, I fix them, and again, for myself. The point of all this is you're doing this for yourself, to relieve stress. The message here is that writing stories when you're under stress, starting from your head, and when you get the chance, write it down, at least just in points, and you have the real time, well, maybe sitting in the toilet, you can write the actual thing in your, well, device of choice. Something that you like writing on, you know, a laptop, iPad. So imagine the story, write the points. When you have the time, write it down. When you are free, fix it and read it again. By that, believe me, it will be fun, because you'll be visiting a lot of the nice memories you had, either these real memories or, for example, TV memories or YouTube memories, because you're putting in these stories the backgrounds that you remember the most, you know, the nice places you went to, the nice videos you saw on YouTube, for example, you saw in a movie, you saw in a game, the nice characters, and you're putting these supernatural things that you cannot do in real life, and you, or your character that is more beautiful than you, is doing it. Character who is not you, who is not as stressed as you are, who doesn't have your life problems, put him in situations, let him go fight wars with swords and shields and bloods and guts everywhere. Let him go to space and travel, explore new planets, go and fight super villains with his superpowers, you know, all stuff like that. You can do all that in your stories, and you make a big, long, convoluted stories like the ones you read about, like the ones you read or the ones you watch. But this one is your own, and this one has a lot of intimate memories. I hope I said enough. That's all. Yeah, thank you very much if you watched this to the end, and go ahead, just write what's in your head. Don't think about publishing it. Don't think about publishing your story. It's not for publishing, it's for yourself. I keep repeating this. The story is for yourself. Do not feel embarrassed. Do not say, oh, this is so... It's for yourself. and you have the chance to fix it many times over many months or many years. So don't worry, because you keep reading, you keep going back to it and fixing it, inshallah. Just engage in it, and when you have the time, engage. Okay, I know those of you who are medical students and doctors are very busy, but when you're stressed, man, when you're stressed and you cannot do anything, when you're stressed and you cannot think, you're very angry, you're very sad, just sit down or go walk in the park and imagine a story. Do not loop yourself back into your troubles. It's a trick from your mind. Go outside, go walk, or if you can't walk, go drive. Get out of your mind and imagine. Just imagine. Imagination is vast. It's a big galaxy. Just imagine. Get out. Get out until you calm down, until you feel good, and you can feel that you can control your problem. Then get back to it and go back to real life. Thank you very much for listening. Everybody take care. Be happy. Don't be stressed. Life is short. Be happy. Be happy. Just be happy. Nothing is worth a heart attack. Nothing is worth a car accident. Everybody is happy. Everything is alive. Everything is bright. Okay, thank you very much. Take care and be happy for the 100th time. Be happy.